pages 8 and 9 then.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
pages
aye.
8 and 9 is freedom their goal is the heading, and it's all about the film Escape to Victory, which was being filmed at that point. The £5 million World War II prison escape film just finishing production in Budapest. And the highlight is a soccer match between the German national team and a side of prisoners captured by the Nazis. And there's a picture of a few of the stars there: Michael Caine, Pele, Sylvester Stallone, Bobby Moore.
Yep.
And Ozzy Ardiles.
John Watt was in it as well.
Yeah.
So I'll move on to this. So I've got a full team photo.
Aye.
So we can zoom in a wee bit.
Where did that photograph come from?
So that was in Shoot. That was a different magazine. It wasn't in this one, but I thought I would include it because it's an absolute brilliant. It's a brilliant photograph. So we've got in there Russell Osman, Paul Van Himst, Mike Summerby, Sylvester Stallone, John Wark, Kazi Denya, Soren Lindstedt, Halvar Thorsen, Ozzy Ardiles, Michael Caine, Pele, Bobby Moore, and Cole Prince. It's a pretty, apart from obviously Sylvester Stallone, who was absolutely shocking. His goalkeeping technique was absolutely abysmal in that. It's a pretty good team.
He made Roy Baines look like a goalkeeper. Yeah, it's what some big names there. It just shows you, they've looked at that time, and they've been scouring Europe. Now, with all due respect, you think about Europe now, and if you'd put up a team like that, there would be probably 9 Europeans and South Americans that we all know instantly by looking at their pictures, And to be honest with you, even at that time, Cole Prince, I wouldn't have known who Cole Prince was. Kazi Denya, I know. Did Kazi Denya not come and play for Aberdeen at one time?
Don't know. I think he was
Man City.
Man City.
Man City, that's right. And I think, funny enough, he was, well, I don't mean funny enough, but yeah, I think he died in a car crash as well, if my memory serves me correct. And he was a fantastic player. Soren Lundstedt, not really household names. They would be household names now, but at that time. But this film's out maybe 2 or 3 times a year now, isn't it? It's a bit like Spartacus. It appears on your telly and you've seen it and you know every bit about it, and yet you still watch it again. It's one of these films. It's compulsive viewing. Some of it's that bad, it's compulsive viewing as well, You're right.
I think it was a lot of it was filmed actually in Norfolk, so that's why there was the Ipswich connection. It's because it was getting filmed down that way. But great. It seems to be one of those movies. It's just turned into a cult movie, and I really enjoy it. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah. I enjoy it as well. Some of the footballing bits in it, Pele with the old Mansfield Hotspurs on, the old laced up boots in the front like that.
Yeah.
Bobby Moore wasn't much of an actor as well. Great captain, but not much of an actor.
Yeah. And I hear John Wark's single line was dubbed because he couldn't understand him. That's what I hear. Although I don't really remember that at the moment when you watch it. I don't remember it feeling dubbed or anything like that. But there we go.
I thought he got the bit because of his silly hairstyle and that big moustache that he had. He looked like a football player for the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
Aye, the acting was shocking in it, but the story was good, wasn't it? And there was a happy ending at the end. That's all that mattered. Yeah.
So what about yourself? Have you ever been close to appearing, like a shot at Glory or something like that? Have you ever been close to appearing in any football movies or any movies at all?
I don't really know any other ones other than that one.
Have you not seen a shot at Glory? The one with Alan McCoist, the Robert Duvall. I mean, there we go. There's 2 of the top people in it: Robert Duvall and Alan McCoist.
I haven't seen that film, so I've got to be honest. I've never seen it. John McVeigh used to try and get me to see it all the time. He used to ask me, you not seen that film yet? I think John was in it as well.
He did a pretty good part in it, yeah.
A good part in it. But so he tells me he was a good actor as well, John McVeigh, but I've never seen it. You know, that's the only footballing movie that I ever remember sitting down to watch.
It's difficult. It's difficult getting the feel of, whether it be football, whether it be American football or anything like that. It's difficult to get it right in movies, and I think especially with football, it needs to be played. Because one of my things about A Shot of Glory is I think the football scenes are really good in it. They're a bit slowed down, but they feel quite realistic, and such that you maybe think they said, just go out and play a game of football and we'll take some of the shots and make it all work. Whereas, you know, in Escape to Victory, you've got Pele doing that flick with his heels over the head and stuff, and it's all slow motion, and it doesn't feel like football.
Yeah. Pele looked like an ordinary player in that film. That was the problem. It was manufactured out like that. You know, you didn't really. For a guy that was brought up, me as a young boy, my only football being when I went to the cinema and the Pathy News used to show the old football reels during that. That was my first introduction to watching football on telly. You know, and that took me back to that. You know, there when I was thinking about that film, it was all manufactured stuff. You know, Bobby Moore pointing and, you know, putting his horn up and telling him, you know, I don't think I ever saw Bobby Moore do that once in his whole career, you know. And as you said, Pele, and Ardele's doing the wee flicks as well. You know, but I think they're hard to do, these sports movies. You know, I really do, to grab the concept of what you're trying to portray on the screen like that. And football must be the worst of the lot to do it with, you know.
I think. Sorry, Andy. I think you've just got to step back when you watch something like this or A Shot of Glory. You've got to step back and say, "Listen, I'm not watching a documentary. I'm watching a piece of entertainment. So that's the only way I'm going. I'm not going to Barry Norman it or Jonathan Ross it and think about the photography and the lighting and stuff. I'm just going to watch it and enjoy it, and that's what I do with these sort of things."
I did with that. I remember really enjoying it. As I said to you, great story, great ending. That's what you want in any film, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something that you can engage with. You can engage with them because, you know, you didn't really see as much about footballers out with the footballing context.
Yeah.
You know, something different like that, being in a movie and, you know, having a bit of a story attached to it, you know, you can get involved a wee bit more with it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like Michael Caine. He was brilliant. What a player he was.
Aye.
Sure, he must have had a career with Leighton Orient or something.
Don't know. So what was your thoughts on the movie, Tom?
I enjoy it. I have not seen it for a few years, but it's one of those ones that comes on the bank holiday or something like that, isn't it? And of course, there's too many good faces in it as well. It just makes it entertaining. Apparently, Sylvester Stallone wanted to score the winning penalty, and somebody sort of had to explain to him that goalkeepers don't really take penalties.
Yeah.
So I know
a bit like Robert Duvall's stuff in the other movie you're talking about as well. You know, that everybody explain everything to him before it happened.
Well, in that one, Robert Duvall obviously based his whole role on like Bob Shankly or something. You know, one of the Shankleys. That sort of approach to it that he did. But for me, it was all right. His Scottish accent wasn't the best, but it was who else? Michael Keaton was in it as well, and Michael Keaton just hammed it right up. You know, and he was my disappointment for that movie. He was my disappointment. I would have hoped for better from that. But you should watch it, Andy. Honestly, there's loads of Scottish football names in it. I can't even think off the top of my head some of them, but yeah, it's really good. I would recommend you watch it. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a link to it, a wee special link to it, so you can watch it on the fly as well.
Well, somebody will need to set that up for me. They do.
Aye. All right, Tom.
I know you've made a wee appearance in theatre though, Andy, haven't you?
Yes, stage, screen and musical, Tom.
Yes, I think it was David Carswell's play, Mon the Ton.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. I had been doing some stuff with David for some promotional stuff for it. I'd never met the guy before, and he had came up to Belsall and picked me up. We did some video promotional stuff, and we're talking about going back in time. Al McGraw was there. Both did Caplo in the boardroom, and I got chatting with Dave on the way down and up in the car. As I say, I'd never met him before, and we're talking general about what was going to be happening. The night before, I'd been with my pal Tony Roper,
Right.
Jamesy Cotter, and Jamesy says, "What, are you in the play?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, it's a play about Morton, and you must be in it." I said, "No." I said, "I'm just going down to talk about Morton and a wee bit about the play and a promotional." And I mentioned to Davy Carswell that. And he phoned me. He dropped me off and then he phoned me about an hour later. He says, "Andy, do you mind if I put a wee bit into the play, a wee slot in the play, and you maybe even come in and do a wee cameo role for us?" So that's how it all came round a bit. Davy rewrote wee bits of the play, and I did a wee cameo bit about 1976 and how things at Morton hadn't been particularly well for a few seasons before that with the club, and from 76 to 1980 is considered by a lot of people down there to be the best years that they had for a long, long time. So that was the way he worked it in, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good fun, and the rest of the cast and everybody there were brilliant because they knew I knew the centre of a donut about acting or trying to put on something on the stage. So I thought we'll just kick that into touch right away and I'll just be me because that's who I'm playing anyway. So I buggered about with some of the lines that Davey had written for me as well. And we managed to get through it, and I think people enjoyed it. We had 3 great nights down at the Beacon Theatre down in Greenup, full houses for the people. They enjoyed it, and we had a bit of laugh and a sing-song. I love a sing-song. So we had that at the end of it as well. Really enjoyable. I'm doing it again, by the way.
Right.
So April next year?
April next year. But I hope I'm getting the starring role this time,
We'll maybe get you and Davey on at the time to talk about it then.
Yeah.
He's a good man, Carswell. He does well. He's a talented fella. I just got a wee message from him. He's invited me along for the opening night of the Tommy Burns showing at Celtic Park, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. Thomas was pal of mine's, and quite rightly, something like this has cropped up. It's a great idea for Davey on a great subject, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I don't know nothing at all about it. I'm just going to turn up like I don't know one word that's been written. I'm just going to turn up, and hopefully, I'm sure I will enjoy every minute like everybody else.
Right, great. Will we move over then?